federal government has confirmed March 27, 2026 as official launch date for Phase 1 of the National Single Window (NSW), setting the stage for what officials describe as a major transformation of Nigeria's import and export processes. The disclosure was made at a town hall meeting in Apapa, Lagos, where the director of the NSW project, Tola Fakolade, presented the platform's readiness status and implementation roadmap to key stakeholders in the industry, including members of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Custom Agents, ANANCA. According to Fakolade, Phase 1 will allow electronic processing of licenses, certificates, and permits for imports, centralized risk management for agencies such as SUN, NAFDAC, NESERIA, and NAQS, as well as payments and manifest submissions for both sea and air cargo.
Project we are taking on this project. But in terms of course, Mr. President is very busy. He's delegated this to the chairman of the Nigerian Revenue Service to help coordinate other agencies. So really, while we're domiciled at the Nigerian Revenue Service, we're working with all other agencies. We're working very, very closely with the Nigerian Customs Service. We still have a call, we're having calls 2-3 times a week, meetings 2-3 times a week with the Customs Service, and because they are like one of the very major key stakeholders. In addition to the Nigerian Customs Service, there are at least 12 to 15 other agencies that we're working with on this, and they are all part of the steering committee of this project. So we have a steering committee that is headed by the presidency, and all these agencies are part of the steering committee. Just to name a few, NAFDAC, SUN, and all the way to the highest level, to the heads of these agencies. NAFDAC, SUN, Quarantines, we have FAN, MPA, NIMASA, maybe I'm missing the CPN, Nigerian Shippers Council. All these are our key partners, and they all have it as a deliverable. So we're working together to deliver.
That the project was developed in line with global best practices to eliminate duplication and simplify trade procedures. Under the new framework, traders, custom brokers, and freight forwarders will no longer navigate multiple agency portals. A single interface will harmonize submissions, improve transparency, and reduce delay in cargo clearance. He further stated that end-user training will commence on February 16, 2026, ahead of the national rollout. A 12-month transition period will allow the new system to run alongside existing platforms, giving stakeholders time to adapt to the new system. Addressing concerns about network reliability and system integration, Fakolade assured stakeholders that Port Support Center equipped with multiple internet service providers will be established across major ports to guarantee operational stability. Welcoming the initiative, ANANCA President Kingsley Emenike Nwokoji described the reform as long overdue. He stated that the single submission feature will enhance transparency and improve cargo clearance timelines, and that the initiative have their full support. Meanwhile, he highlighted concerns about the rollout and requested clarification on how the system will be structured to prevent the mistakes expressed during the previous transitions.
The day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, and hopefully we start getting closer as we solve our issues.
Sometimes from my experience, when we go through these technology transitions, the reason behind the problems vary. Sometimes the problem is with the hardware, sometimes the problem is with the software, the technology, sometimes the problem is with the end user, and sometimes it's a combination of all three. What we would say regarding single window is the technology partner that provider we partnered with has over 40 years of experience deploying systems like this around the world, especially also in Africa. So that experience they're bringing it to bear in how they're approaching this. So from a technology platform point of view, we expect that the potential issues will be as bare minimum as possible, because we are going through a lot of processes of testing and training.
You asked one question about document harmonization, standards and so on. Yes, I mean, in National Single Window, we will deploy international standards all the way through. We also make sure that all the NDAs, for example, are using the same HS codes, same data formats, same data elements, so that we can cut down on excessive data entry and make it more easy to use it.
Response sought clarity on phased implementation of the system, particularly how it would operate alongside existing platforms during the transition period. Questions were also raised about how duties would be assessed under the new framework and how the Nigerian Customs Service BODOGU system would be integrated into the single window environment. Members expressed fears about possible network disruption, manpower gaps, and the risk of sabotage that sometimes accompany major technological reforms. Responding, Fakolade acknowledged that the national single window will not solve all challenges immediately at launch, but insisted that it will establish a framework for sustained improvement and required collective collaboration to succeed.
Part of what the transition committee will do, I think it was sir, on in terms of how many days will it take to get things approved. Part of the work the transition committee will do, that we're doing together with the agencies, is actually to hopefully we can get to a service level agreement. Which means if there is an application for a SOCA, application for a NAFDAC import permit to import, how long should the turnaround be? 24 hours, whatever, and ensure to make sure that best in class timelines. So we will put those in place and we will measure those so that we can continue to know which areas do we have or which agencies do we have bottlenecks and challenges. Then I think you also asked the question on downtime and then who pays for the cost of downtime. Unfortunately, we are not the owners of the fiber optic cable or whatever is responsible for the downtime of internet and connectivity. Those are handled by other organizations, which we all know. So, of course, we cannot bear that cost. What we can provide, like I said, is in some of our support centers, we'll just have 2 or 3 different providers. If the issue is not coming from the main connection, then it's easy to shift from one to the other. I think that's a form of assistance that we can provide. The support center, with the walking support center. About resistance and accountability, I think one thing that we'll do is, and I mentioned, there will be service level agreements with agencies.
That sustained collaboration between government and the private sectors will be critical to success. From the opinions gathered by NAGAF Cargo Watch Media, stakeholders agree that if effectively implemented and widely adopted, the national single window could significantly enhance Nigerians' efficiency and competitiveness in regional and global trade. My name is Geraldine Anyang, reporting for NAGAF Cargo Watch. For more interesting stories from the maritime industry, like, comment, share, and do not forget to subscribe.